Dear President Obama. Dear President Obama.
Dear President Obama.
If I were president.
If I were president.
If I were president.
If I were the president, I would give teachers the freedom and the aspiration to inspire each and every student that they teach.
I would reduce class sizes to get a better teacher-to-student ratio.
I would have schools teach us more about how our knowledge can be applied to the real world.
I would get students more involved, get them more enthusiastic about learning and education, going on field trips, doing more hands-on activities at school to get them excited.
I would give the schools more money to allow for technology advancements.
One thing I would do to give students a better education is to have new textbooks each year.
I would want to improve schools by not focusing on standardized testing. When I was a freshman, we had to do everything based on preparing for a test at the end of the year, and we didn't really have an opportunity to learn the information and let it stick in our brains, and it was all focused towards a test.
Give each kid a laptop. With technological advancements, I know that it will be really easy to provide a laptop for each kid, because as technology grows, it's also possible to provide it in a cheap way.
One thing I would do to improve the schools is to expand our sea of knowledge. The students are secluded in their classrooms with their four walls. It only brings one perspective of what it is they're trying to learn. We all need to take time to actually go and explore, have hands-on experience with what it is we're doing.
First, I would make 2 classes in middle school, 2 computer classes mandatory, so that they get introduced to the technology and they can better master it. In high school, I think the kids who have their own laptops should be able to bring them in.
If you really want students to do well in school, you really got to have teachers that challenge them. I've been through 13 years of school, and I've only had a couple really cool teachers. And these teachers, they've challenged me, you know. They've made me think outside the box. They show me really cool stuff. They made me see stuff that's relevant within the subject, but has things to do with industry, with society, with politics.
It's important to decrease the importance on standardized testing because each student is an individual and they have unique abilities, and to be put to the same standard and level decreases their ability to focus on what they can really do well in.
I would provide incentives for science, math, and technology students to go back and become teachers in public schools.
I would improve schools across the country by making higher education more affordable for all families, especially middle-class families.
I would improve schools by changing the time that they start, because they start too early and kids are tired when they get to school and not learning as well.
I would improve schools by revolutionizing and nationalizing the curriculum that we already have. This I would do by incorporating the curricula from other countries such as Japan, China, and India. Instead of having a No Child Left Behind, I would have no state, no county, and no school left behind.
If I could change schools, I'd make it so that the teachers that are hired would have a passion to teach instead of just doing it as a job.
First, trying to increase the public educational fund so that multiple high schools and elementary schools and middle schools around the United States could strive to help kids produce job skills that would lead them right out of high school into a job field instead of going to college. Because some of us don't like college, but most of us are going to go.
So what we really need is to have a basis class on economy or some form of economics that's going to prepare us for further on in life, as school is supposed to do in the first place. How to write a check, or what a proper bank account is, the percentages that's best for the bank account and credit amount. We're taught the basis of how our government works, but we're not taught how the economy itself works.
America is the most successful country in the world for one reason: capitalism. And capitalism is based off a for-profit business. So if you treat a school like a for-profit business rather than an archaic institution that it is, if you treat a student as a product and the school as an actual successful business, then you'll get a lot better turnaround regarding student success.
I think that schools shouldn't put so much focus on required courses, and that they should let students have more flexibility to choose specialty courses, and that schools should offer more job-focused specialty courses.
I would send kids out and
buses to like certain businesses as a course in school, and they'd spend like a class period there and learn about how the business works.
I would make sure that there are good teachers in every single classroom and make sure that those teachers all got justly paid for what they do.
In today's world, technology is becoming a big part of every job. You need a little bit of technology to go a long way. You have secretaries now that are required to know Word, Excel, PowerPoint, stuff like that to be successful at their jobs. And if we don't give this information to our children today, they're going to find it a lot harder to deal with tomorrow.